What's up, everybody? I am your ultraviolet siren and your favorite indie hype girl, Kakeface, Karlee. And welcome back to another episode of X Brand Unleashed. We are on episode 29, and we have a pretty cool episode today for y'all. So my guest today, he is a rapper, he is a musician, wrestler, does behind the scenes stuff. He has been seen on GCW, H2O, X Brand, CZW, Yardcore Mayhem, which he is the mastermind behind. He's the leader of the Skittle Squad and a member of the Bocce Boys. Give me a warm welcome for Lil Skittle.
Well, wow, I'm sorry. I'm kind of taken back. That was a hell of an intro. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. You know, I mean, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on here. Like, you are just, I've been watching you for a while. I've been watching, Bocce Boys for a while, and brother, like I said off camera, I mean, you have been killing it. So I'm looking forward to getting to know you. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to know you and everything. So
vice versa.
Yeah. So when did you start watching wrestling? Like, when did you get into it?
So my grandfather is a longtime wrestling fan. He's been going to shows for over like 50 years. So as soon as I was born, he kind of just shoved it on me. And he's like, "You're watching wrestling, you like it or not?" I'm like, "Okay." But I started going to shows when I was like 4 or 5 years old, and then I started watching like the TV stuff when I was like 6 or 7, like WWE stuff.
Okay.
But, yeah, my first time like ever like really watching wrestling was live at an independent show.
Oh wow, what a great first experience.
Absolutely, 100%.
So like when you started getting into like the more like televised wrestling and stuff, what were the first moments that made you like that captivated you to be like, okay, you know what? I like this wrestling too.
I remember I watched the SmackDown where Rey Mysterio broke Undertaker's nose.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that and just that whole match, I was like, okay, this is cool. And that kind of at the time Jack Swagger was the world champion. Just all sorts. I was mostly watching SmackDown because that was on Friday night, and I could stay up on Friday night. But over time, I kept watching it all, and that's probably the main match. But like probably the Nexus storyline really hooked me in at the time, like that summer. Obviously John Cena. Yeah.
Absolutely. So in the mix of all that, when did you discover some more of like the ultra-violent side of wrestling?
So, through going to independence, sometimes I would see guys on shows like maybe Masada or Matt Tremont, or just like they would randomly be on the shows, and I'd be like, okay, who are these guys? And then they would do some crazy stuff. And then eventually I got a Tournament of Death tape, and I watched that, and I'm like, oh, this is something different. I have to experience this live in person at some point. And then I didn't even get to for years and years. And then I finally went to a GCW show, and that kind of re-sparked my love for wrestling because I kind of stopped watching for a few years. But once I went to a GCW show, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm back.
You know, I find it funny with a lot of people who take kind of like a break from the like mainstream side of professional wrestling. They find places like GCW and in the independents to really like revive that love again. I love hearing that.
Absolutely. It's just like it's different. I like that a lot, like the underground vibe, or just like an alternative to, because sometimes after a while, just the same thing, it gets boring, especially with like WWE at certain points. So to have those other things to watch, it's very nice.
Absolutely. It's such a open door, to just a whole new world of different things. So like at the same time, like you also, do music as well. Like when did that come into the mix of everything?
So yeah, that's where my name stems from. My name Lil Skittle is from my music, but I started that when I was in middle school. I kind of just randomly started doing it. And then at first it was kind of a joke, but I've gotten a lot better at it over time, and I enjoy it a lot now. And that is definitely the avenue that has led me even to be able to do wrestling at all, or like have like my, because I've spent years building this core underground fan base off of music, and then I start wrestling. They're like, all right, we got to see this. So it's like, I kind of have like a little bit of a jump start already, like some people fucking with me. So it's very nice.
I like that. So with music being that jumpstart, when did you have that like light bulb moment where it was like, okay, I want to do this wrestling shit. Like I want to do this.
So, I kind of did the one-off match with Jay Sawyer, the original one at Skittle Squad Yardcore 2. I did that, and the first one was just me and my boy. We had a backyard match, and I was just trying to dip my toes, and I was like, okay, that was cool. Now I'm gonna wrestle a wrestler. So then I fought Jay Sawyer, and I'm like, okay, that was cool. Now I'm gonna go get trained. And then before I even had a chance to go get trained, we got asked to do the GCW match, the first one, and me and him did that match. And then just a few days after we did that, I started training. So like once we had that match, I was like, all right, we got to this platform just off of like us doing shit in my yard. So it's like I definitely should go get trained and like stick with this. This is definitely a good avenue for me. So
That's a fantastic way to just like literally jump right into that career. I mean, just like literally from going to the backyard to already to GCW, like what a phenomenal jump. So when did you, so you get trained after, you know, all of that, like who did end up training you and everything?
So yeah, I'm still currently training at the Institute of Professional Wrestling. It's in Syracuse, New York, ran by ZS3, Zachary Springate III. He's a old school wrestler. He's trained by Killer Kowalski. He runs a very tight knit, very professional school. I like it a lot there. It's very fun.
Wow, that's amazing. Good for you. Like, so how long have you like so far have been training?
Next week it'll be 2 years. So yeah.
Oh, that's amazing, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Have you found like any like, you know, difficulties or just like things that like what are the pros and cons like with training?
The pros are definitely having like people who actually care, like working hands on. That is huge. And there's a ton of awesome dudes there who are there every Tuesday and Thursday helping me work on my stuff. And that does mean a lot. You know, I'm a very there's things that work for me and there's things that don't. But you know, at wrestling school, we're here to work on everything. So, you know, there's a lot of times I'll be like, oh, that's not my favorite move, but you know, I got to take it anyways, and or et cetera, et cetera. You know, just because I know, all right, I'm probably about to land on my face or whatever, you know.
Right. Like, damn, I'm about to wake up sore as fuck the next day.
I know, 100%, but just got to stick it out, and I know that at the end, you know, it's all going to pay off.
Absolutely. And I mean, I can just see from, you know, the fan perspective of, you know, your training, like every single time you get in the ring, you look phenomenal. Your ring work is getting amazing. Your promo work, I mean, you know, like even just how you shoot promos is fucking awesome. So I just can't wait to see even more and more from you as you keep going. Like, I just can't fucking wait.
Hell yeah.
So like, as you started training and everything, do you remember like that first match you had once you had a little bit of that like official training under your belt?
I do. So I did the an H2O Rumble. I did that.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun. All sorts of different faces in that. And that was actually on the last H2O show, the second to last match ever. So I was like, oh. And then just kept working on everything. And then we did Yardcore 3. I faced Mikey Anarchy. And that was a lot of fun. And yeah, I kind of just worked into the Noro barbed wire match that we did last year, which is you know, the one that's leading into the one we have coming up this current Sunday. I don't know when this is being released, but
oh yeah, it'll definitely be before that. Awesome. But so like when you decided to like start getting into this, was, you know, more ultra violent style of wrestling something that you always wanted to do as like your like niche for wrestling?
Absolutely. Deathmatch wrestling, it re-sparked my love for wrestling, like I said, and just like I love to me, like my favorite wrestling is just like when the fans truly love it and there's that passion there, and like companies like ECW or an independent company that really made me fall in love with wrestling, called 2CW. That's a local company to me. Just like those real passionate fans who like are really into it, and like they'll die for the product, and like they come to the shows and they're just screaming their lungs out. Like that's what I love in wrestling. And I feel like right now, like that deathmatch wrestling, GCW, ICW, those fans are the diehard fans that like they're pouring their heart out to the genre of wrestling. So like,
Yeah,
that's definitely where I want to be right now.
yeah. And I think from the fan perspective too, that's exactly where I want to be. Like, I feel like, I mean, damn, I feel like it's been a while since I've even like checked out mainstream wrestling. Like, not to sound like one of those fucking guys, but
No, me either.
you know, I just find, yeah, like I just find more entertainment, more love, more just pure connection, you know, within the ring and just within the community as well. So I agree with you completely with that.
100%.
You mentioned a lot of pretty cool moments you've been a part of so far. Like, you've been a part of quite a few of these GCW backyard events.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, tell me about, you know, like, because you said like after that first match with Jay and then you get booked for GCW. How did that happen? Like, it was just like, whoa.
We did the match, and Jay at that point, you know, he had the match with Danny DeMonto. He had a couple matches where his name was kind of storming around, and then so people already knew who he was. And then I don't know if they liked our match or they just thought it was, I don't know, like really what they thought about it. But regardless, they're like, this is entertaining. We're gonna put this on. And so I got a call in the middle of the night, pretty much like, yo, dude, do you want to be on this show at like 3 a.m. day of the show? And I was like, I guess, yeah, man, like I'm in. And it was just thrown on me, and it was really a really cool moment though, because it was a surprise, and nobody knew it was going to happen. And the whole yard went nuts. That was definitely like, as soon as that moment happened, I'm like, all right, like this solidifies what I probably should do with my life. But
I think that's really cool because for me, like that was one of my first moments, like watching you was at that GCW backyard thing. I was like, damn, these two are really like putting in some work. Like, I mean, it was definitely one of my favorite matches to watch of that night. And like, just to see how much you've grown since then is just astronomical. Like, you are just like, it's just wild how much you're killing it right now, man. Like, seriously. Yeah, absolutely. Now, before I talk about some of the other things that cool shit that you've done, you know, speaking of, you know, the backyard and everything, you will be, you know, you mentioned earlier, you know, July 5th, you will be back at the backyard facing Mr. J once again.
In the steel cage of rage. Let's go.
Tell me about it.
So this goes from me being a fan, him being a wrestler, to the first one, me getting trained, no rope barbed wire, him doing all this shit, just attacked me at the last Yardcore Mayhem, just constantly bullshit. It's time to end it. This is the last match between me and him, and we're going at it. Like, this is it. This is the showdown inside of a steel cage. Blood will be shed. I guarantee you, I'm saying it right now, this will be the best Skittle J match of all time.
Damn, bro, I got fucking goosebumps. Like, because I thought this was going to be something that was like, because, you know, speaking of like, something I also want to talk about too, was this rivalry that you've had. I mean, like, you know, throughout wrestling history, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all don't know, I mean, we've had some, you know, wrestling rivalries, you know, Rock and Hulk Hogan and shit like that. And then we got fucking Skittle and Jay. Like, tell me how, like, everything of, like, you and Jay started. And, of course, now this, you know, finale. Like, oh, my God, I have goosebumps.
So I guess I'll hit you with the layout of the whole thing from the start.
Yeah.
So when I was getting ready to do the second Yardcore, like I said, I was like, all right, we need somebody who is like an actual wrestler. If I'm gonna do another match, especially if I'm not even trained, like I was kind of just doing it as a novelty, like a sideshow, because you know the main thing that weekend was my concert. And then I was like, okay, that was cool. And but also like what led into that was I was just like, all right, Jay's my boy. Let's make this cool. Then it got very vicious, very real, very quick. He attacked me at a showboat party in front of a bunch of people, knocked me fucking down, beat me down. Then we have that match, beat me up all over my yard, no ring, threw me down the hill, just all sorts of bullshit. Then we have the rematch at GCW Backyard 6, which was took it to a whole other level. And then I was like, all right, Jay's beaten me twice. I haven't beaten him at all. It's time to go get my get back. So, I go in the lab, start training, work as hard as I can for about a year. Then I come back and I put him down finally at Backyard 7 in the no rope barbed wire match, which if you guys haven't seen, I definitely consider to be my best match to this point. Then what's it called? After that, the cameras cut. A lot of people don't know this. Me and him started going at it again, running all over the yard. People trying to break it apart 2 or 3 times. Where then he got on the microphone and challenged me to the steel cage match this year as the final match. And Brett signed it right there in the yard.
Wow.
And so yeah, for the last year, I've just known in the back of my mind that this match is coming. And then just a few weeks ago at Brick House Championship Wrestling, me and him were in the ring again, face to face, and a lot of those old feelings were brought right back up. And he stuck a plunger to my ass, then to my mouth, all sorts of despicable things. Then he attacks me at my own show. The final installment of Yardcore Mayhem, the final Skittle Backyard show, comes out, hits me with 4 bundles of light tubes. So I've had just about enough of this, and that's kind of what is leading into this true blood feud, old school style. And it's time to settle this. And that's pretty much it,
Wow, man. Honestly, like from a fan perspective, it's a little bittersweet seeing this is the end, but I'm all like equally just like so fucking hyped to see this. Like I can't wait to see you guys throw down. Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. Absolutely. Like, so other things that you've done, like you mentioned you did the Reminisce Rumble, like that was the last H2O show. Mm-hmm. What were your feelings like going into that, with that being the last H2O show?
So that match was really cool. There's a lot of awesome people in that match. Like my boy John Hammer in there, just all sorts of faces. And I got asked if I wanted to do it because I had been at so many of the H2O shows, just hanging out and stuff. And I was like, absolutely. Just to get to work with so many of those like H2O mainstays, or like people who are, like so much further in the game than I am, but like Mark Angel or Low Life Louie or Matt Tremont, like just to even be in the same match as them, even if there's 30 people, like that's really cool. And it was I've also just always wanted to wrestle in that building, and no one knew it was going to happen either. It was a surprise, so everyone was like, oh shit, there's Skittle. And I enjoyed that one a lot. That was definitely a fun one. It's the only Rumble I've ever done. I kind of want to do another one, but yeah.
Universe, y'all are hearing that? Let's put this man in another Rumble for sure. Let's fucking go. So one thing that you're a part of, some people are very indifferent about it. Some people have a more positive outlook on it, but you were part of the CZW's Tarp of Death.
I was a part of the CZW Tarp of Death.
So how did you feel about, I mean, like I said, like there's some people feel very indifferent about it. Like people have even said, like, I don't want you to even talk about it. Some people are just happy for the experience. What did you take from that?
Okay, so when I came out, like the actual atmosphere of 900 people surrounding the tarp with lightning going off and like everyone's chanting CZ Dub, CZ. I was with it at that point. I was like, okay, this is really cool. Then the bell rang and everything, all hell broke loose. I got JB throwing TVs at me, all these random people throwing tubes at me. Got hit in the head with a thumbtack bat. It was a lot to take in. I got hit in the head with a tack bat, fell in a puddle. My boots fell up with rainwater. It was a lot. But I enjoyed it. It was fun. Definitely pretty dangerous. I call it the slip and slide of death. But
oof, God,
it was That's another one where there's a lot of cool people in the match, and it was cool to get to work with them. But I was the second or third person eliminated in that match, which is still an outrage, and yeah, definitely need to get my look back on that at some point. But
Absolutely. We gonna put that out there too.
Word.
Manifest that shit for sure. So also I noticed you a few times that you were, part of some X brand shows. How did you get involved like doing some of the X brand shows?
So yeah, Justin reached out to me. Originally, so the first time I ever appeared for X Brand, it was actually I was attacking Jay Sawyer to get some revenge for all the bullshit he had caused.
I remember that.
I ran up on him then, and then that's was just a huge another piece of the puzzle and all that, and then I wrestled Gabe Sayers and Doc Holliday in the infamous Ultraviolent Basement. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the finish from that match, the Tilt-A-Whirl DDT. The head scissors, and then I DDT him through the tubes. That was really cool.
Oh, hell yeah.
I fought Mikey Anarchy there, and I fought Anthrax for the world title as well at a WTW/X Brand show.
Yeah, that's right. I do remember that too. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
So another part of you that, is, like you mentioned, which you did kind of breadcrumb in there, which I'm a little sad about, is Yardcore Mayhem. That's your baby. I want to talk about that, like how it started.
Absolutely.
What did you do to make it happen? And now I'm really sad that it's your last one.
Yeah, well, it's not the last Skittle Squad show, a little bit of evolution incoming. But,
okay, all right.
Yeah.
Now I'm not as sad, but I want to hear all about Yardcore Mayhem.
So yeah, so with the Skittle Squad, I kind of got to start there, I guess.
Yeah, please.
I started that as kind of just like I was like, I'm gonna do a Discord. I'm gonna do like some online, just like a whole brand around myself, because I'm like, it's not just about me. There's a lot of really cool people who I know, who I like want a platform, and who are around me. I'm like, like let's do like some group involved thing. And I found the Discord thing during like the pandemic era, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. This is a way to talk to people who are super far away or virtual or whatever. And, we do it every week. It's been a really cool way to build up a virtual community. And off of that, I was like, you know what, let's do a little weekend off of this, and where we get the whole squad together and we do a weekend. So the first time I did that, it was Lil Skittle Live. I've always done a Skittle Live show with it all 4 years. And then the first year, I fought I don't know if you know my boy Dewey the Hot Dog in one of his last ever backyard matches. Me and him went toe to toe.
Oh my god, one of his last ever? That's crazy.
Yes. And then that was a lot of fun. So pretty much it's literally just I was like, you know what, like New York, the commission is very strict. If there's blood, you got to end a match within 30 seconds. It costs so much money to run a show, and there's a lot of factors that go into it, but it all does make sense for safety and all that.
Fair. Yeah.
But it comes down to, I love deathmatch wrestling. I also love backyard wrestling, and there is nothing like that going on in my market, the upstate New York market. It's all very classic cookie cutter wrestling, which is fine. I love that. But also I feel like, with that being said, I feel like there was a hole in the market, and I'm like, someone's got to try to fill this hole. So I started doing that with the Yardcore Mayhem thing. When I started, as I said, with Dewey the Hot Dog, and we did the one match show. I was like, okay, this is a cool little death match, and it was a side event. Then the next year I did it with Jay Sawyer for our first match ever. And then after that, like I said, we had the match. I started getting trained. And then at that point, I'm like, if I'm going to do another Yardcore Mayhem after everything that's happened, I feel like it's kind of got to elevate a little bit. I'm always about that. Like, I'm like, if we're going to keep doing something, if we're going to do something over and over again, it's got to get better every time. So with Yardcore 3, I'm like, let's do a full show in the yard. And on that show, we had me and Mikey Anarchy, Junior versus Brax, Anthrax versus Gigi Jacobs, Nick Gage versus JB Anderson, and NKA North Korean Assassin versus Hoodfoot.
Such a sick fucking card, by the way. Oh my god. Anyway,
continue,
please.
So yeah, we did that, and I was like, all right, this is really something awesome, especially with the backdrop. We had the ring right up against the road, and just very different than any other show. And I was like, this is very unique. This was a lot of fun. And, you know, but also through that, I learned quite a few things about running a show and all the stress that goes into it, the finances, and also like, you know, this is my family home. So I got like all these people here. It's just a lot of craziness going on.
Yeah.
And not just that, I do live with my grandparents. So they're awesome to let me hold the events. But I can also tell you, you know, this is a lot going on at my family home. So then I was like, you know what? One last Yardcore. We're going to send it out correct. So then I did the one we just did, the King of the Yard, where we set it up deathmatch tournament style. Yes. And I don't know if you had a chance to watch the show or not.
Sure have.
But yeah, we had Vixen and Jay, Mikey Anarchy versus Gabe Sayers, Nick Gage versus Hoodfoot, and then in the finals, Mikey Anarchy versus Vixen versus Hoodfoot, where Hoodfoot won it all and became the King of the Yard. If you guys haven't seen that show, definitely give it a watch on YouTube.
It's a phenomenal show. You guys, seriously, go check it out. Literally.
Oh yeah, thank you. But yeah, it's been just a huge learning experience. As I'm sure you saw, there was a lot of people advertised for the event who weren't able to be there, and that's just through like travel and just so many things. Day of, I'm like, holy shit, this is a lot of craziness. But also like to see the final product at the end, that's so gratifying, and to like see everybody's reaction to it, like, yo, dude, this show was sick. You had Nick Gage and all that, like, I mean, it makes it worth it at the end. So, you know, I definitely will continue to try to stick my hand in the promoter bag as I'm able to, you know. I definitely want to, if I'm the next time I run a Skittle Squad wrestling show, I want it to be an actual show in a building licensed through the state of New York.
Okay.
So that is my next goal, and it might take me a long time to get there, but that is my next goal. And
hey, I can't wait.
Hell yeah.
That's fantastic. And I will say, like, for the shows that you've put on already, like, you know, for them being like, you know, like a backyard event and everything, and being like so independently run, just you by yourself, like, it's so well done. Like, if you guys have not had a chance to watch any of the 4 Yardcore Mayhems, like, please, like, do yourself the favor and watch. I will say, even for me personally, like, Yardcore Mayhem 3 has like a little soft spot for me. Like, when it was out and everything, I was going through a lot of crazy shit at the time, and being able to watch that kind of like made me forget about all the fuck ass shit going on. So I just want to say, like, thank you personally for putting on such a fire product every time. So
thank you for watching.
Oh my God, absolutely. So you had mentioned about, like, you know, how with Yardcore Mayhem started with Skittle Squad and Discord. Another thing you also do is, you know, you're part of the Bocce Boys.
Yes, ma'am.
I would love to know how that started, how you became a part of it, and how it's blossomed into this like cool shit now.
So yeah, that is all the brainchild of my guy John Hammer. You know, he doesn't call himself a weapons master, but he's a weapons master and the main guy laying down weapons over at the Chains, NHB as they're called now. And he kills it. Definitely some of the best setup I've ever seen, some of the most coordinated setup I've ever seen. And
very intricate.
Yes, 100%. But I became friends with him through probably Dewey and just like hanging out with Dewey and just being around the scene, and I became friends with him. And then eventually he does his own stream every Monday night, and they started asking me to come on as a guest. And then as I started wrestling, I started coming to shows, helping him with weapons and stuff. And, you know, I'm just an awesome team of guys over there who have been really kind to me.
Absolutely. Like, and I love the, you know, the streams that you guys had, like, and all, like, if y'all haven't seen already, like I would love for you to explain like some of the crazy stuff that y'all do on the on the streams because oh my god, it's
Oh
just
my
phenomenal.
lord! So yeah, I usually just try to survive. It's usually JB, CJ Lawler coming at my neck or something, but those are my guys. Hammer chugging beer, Rhino not paying attention for about half the stream, and then coming in and cutting a fucking absolute promo about nothing. Dewey playing Wheel of Fortune Wii and ripping the shit out of his carts. I'm sitting there ripping the bong. It's usually a very good stream. Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, like I just loved every bit of it. I mean, you get like little bits of like watching matches. Like I love you guys like the ranking list y'all have done.
We do the tier list, we do some match watches. There's even they even got their own 2K fed that Ian 30 does, the Bocce Army, just all sorts of flavor over there, and it's always a very fun watch. I like that they got it going on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Like no matter where you are, you can watch it. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta say, one of my favorite things that y'all are doing for a while was fucking Joey Midnight.
Oh my god! Yeah,
that
was purely my creation.
That, and I don't know what I loved more was just like how invested and you got of just like, because God forbid if anything went wrong with it, it was just so fucking funny to see, and just like the community y'all built, it's really really cool to watch. So. Of course, shout out to everyone else of, the Bocce Boys. Y'all are always fucking killing it. And the merch store, too. Like,
hell yeah, the merch game is unmatched.
Absolutely unmatched. So I want to ask you, what is your favorite match that you've had so far?
I would probably say the no rope barbed wire match. But also on the same like side of the coin, that match is just like the most everything. That match was the most painful. That match was the most stressful. That match was my favorite. Like it's everything. It was just so much to take in. But everything. It's very cool. Everything I find very cool, and it's cool for different reasons. But I think my most solid match for just like a straight up classic death match front to back is my match with Mikey Anarchy from Yardcore 3. But there's a couple crazy spots in that no rope barbed wire match that kind of just send it over the top.
Right. Yeah.
I'll probably say the no rope barbed wire match.
Okay. What are some future goals that you have, like in general, like with music, wrestling, everything?
Future goals in music, I definitely want to put out my first album before I'm like 25. I definitely want to do that in the next like 1 or 2 years and 3 years max. Put out like a really good body of work with good features, good production, everything behind it. And I've been thinking like I'll get going with wrestling, get maybe some people from that avenue messing with me. It'll all I don't know what's the word, intersect. And then with wrestling, there's 2 companies that I definitely am trying to aim for one day, just slowly working towards it. I know that it's a goal, but I definitely want to wrestle for 2CW and NHB. Those are the 2 companies that definitely would mean a lot for me to wrestle for. 2CW, like I said, that's the main indie that I watched as a child that got me into wrestling, and they just came back. And then NHB, I don't think I really have to explain that.
I mean, I think I would I know it's probably weird, but I would just fucking weep fucking openly if I saw you on the change, like, oh my fucking god, I can't believe it, holy shit. Like dude, I would just be so fucking hyped. So you mentioned dream promotions, you still want to go to. What are some dream opponents that you have?
I definitely want to wrestle some of the guys who have been very hands-on in my training, who have been just so kind to help me get better. Guys like Don Freeze, Mike Skyros, Dave Coles. Definitely would love to wrestle all those guys. Those are my guys. Outside of them, definitely JB Anderson. Hoodfoot's my guy.
Oh, love to see that.
Jimmy Lloyd. Yeah. My ultimate dream match, but I always say I'm not doing it until I'm truly ready for it, is Cole Radrick. Cole Radrick is one of my best friends, and he's a very big inspiration to me. He is kind of, showed me when I saw Cole Radrick, that was kind of a big thing. I was like, all right, dude, maybe I can, because just his connection to the crowd, the way he wrestles, just everything about it. I'm like, this dude's different. So that I would say that's honestly my end goal match is to wrestle Cole Radrick. But
wow, yeah. That is honestly, I wasn't expecting that, but now I can't wait for that to eventually happen. I fucking need to see that happen. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
I want to know, what does deathmatch wrestling mean to you?
So much. Oh, that's a heavy packed question. So there's always the thing thrown around with new people coming into deathmatch wrestling that oh, these people are clout chasers, these people don't really love the craft of deathmatch wrestling and all of that. But to me, the top tier stuff is FMW, early CZW, stuff like that. The stuff that really got me hooked on watching deathmatch wrestling would probably be Drew Parker versus Alex Colon. I saw that was the first deathmatch I ever saw in person. That really hooked me in. But then studying FMW, Hayabusa, Onita, Terry Funk, Cactus Jack versus Terry Funk. I love Nick Mondo. I guess you're just. I guess that's not what you asked me, but I'm just thinking of just everything. I love that it's the art form where wrestling has given me so much, and it's brought in all these awesome people into my life and given me all these awesome memories and moments. And I feel deathmatch, obviously, anytime you enter the ring, you're putting your body on the line. You're giving a part of yourself back to it. But with deathmatch wrestling, it's even more so. It's I'm going to go out there and give my entire fucking body and soul to the art form of professional wrestling. I'm going to leave it all out there on the mat. And it's a really cool thing. And I feel it's as a wrestler, that is because we're not getting paid crazy money or whatever. It's just about true love and passion. And I don't feel there's any other genre of wrestling in the world where it's about that. It's usually about people in it for themselves, people in it for their pockets. People in deathmatch wrestling are in it because they love deathmatch wrestling. And I guess that's what makes me love deathmatch wrestling.
That's a very solid answer. And I think that's one of the many reasons why I love it too. You can just tell, just watching people, even obviously, people are going to have a heel in the face in the ring and, all of that, and have a story to tell and everything. But you can just tell even within that, that there's just such a love and respect for one another and respect for the craft and the ring and the blood that they spend. I mean, it's just, so I'm with you 100% on that. That's a very
gladiator shit. I don't feel there's nothing like it at all. I implore people, if they have never seen a live death match, like a true death match with tubes and everything like that, you have to see it in person before you can even share an opinion, because it's different.
I agree. I 1,000,000% agree. I was gonna, I didn't even put this as a question asked, but if you were going to introduce someone into deathmatch wrestling, and if they were no, I don't want to go to a show yet, I just want to see a match, what match would you show them this is the fucking one I want you to see if you like it or not?
Honestly, I feel with people who aren't into wrestling, it's very hard to get their attention to make them watch something that's kind of longer. And a lot of wrestling, it's that long. It's a long-term storytelling payoff, all of that. You got to watch it for a few minutes. But
that's true.
There are a lot of fast-paced guys that do a lot of crazy shit back to back to back. And I would honestly say show someone a Little Sicko match or a Nino Extremo match,
Yes.
where these guys are just like doing all this crazy shit, jumping off all this stuff. Like in particular, like Lil Sicko's COS performance, where he went off the one side onto the net, hulks up, comes back off, destroyer off the other side of the sky. Like that's just fucking madness. Like you're not gonna. I would say definitely a Lil Sicko match, at least for right now.
That's a very good answer. That's a very good answer. I like that. I want to know, and we can break it up into two because I usually have people do that. I want to see, like, I want to know what your Mount Rushmore is for, like, your standard wrestling and your Mount Rushmore for your deathmatch wrestling.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. These are kind of like, for my Mount Rushmore, these are people I consider to kind of be just like the greatest of all time.
Sure.
Like no personal like favoritism into it. Like these are just like, okay, these guys are the 4 best of all time.
Hell yeah.
For me with normal wrestling, I feel like it's Ric Flair, Terry Funk, those two immediately. Ric Flair, Terry Funk, Shawn Michaels, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. That will be my list.
That's solid.
And then for deathmatch wrestling, I would go first and foremost Nick Gage, Terry Funk again, Jun Kasai, and Nick Mondo. That would be my 4 for deathmatch wrestling.
That's a very solid for both. Very good answers. Very good answers. I like that.
Hell yeah.
So I wanted to break away from some of the wrestling stuff and talk about some of your favorite things. First off, starting with movies, what are some, movies and genres that you like to watch?
I watch a lot of horror movies.
Yeah, brother.
I watch a lot of cartoons. Let me think. Yeah, just these last few weeks, I watched the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I watched the Obsession movie. I watched a few movies I couldn't get into and just turned off. I watched Ghostbusters just last night. A lot of the time, like I'll go back and watch like those 1980s, 90s classic movies that are. I love like the OG Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies.
Yes.
The OG Texas Chainsaw Massacre is definitely a good one. I like the remakes as well. Only the original remakes from 03. Those aren't bad.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely big horror movie guy. I like The Exorcist. I like The Fly. I like Pet Sematary. Yeah, just a lot of random ones in there, I guess. Halloween also. I have I don't know if you can see it. I have it right here, the movie poster for Halloween.
Oh, hell yeah. That's what's up. I mean, definitely speaking my heart, brother. I'm definitely huge on horror movies. Glad you mentioned what you mentioned about the Texas Chainsaw remakes, because I'm right there fucking with you.
Yeah, I feel like the 2003 and the 06 one, those are good. Anything after that, I'm like, all right, what's going on here?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the one... I forgot the one where it was like the girl. She ends up being like slightly related to Leatherface and everything. The one line where she's like, do your thing, cuz I'm like, bro, I'm fucking done with this fucking movie. I can't. I'm done. Like it ruined any type of like anything for that. Oh shit. So with music, what kind of music do you like some artists that you like and everything?
So yeah, definitely listen to a lot of hip hop, but I really listen to everything. Let me think here. I've been listening to a lot of Daft Punk the last few days, just kind of randomly on a random kick with that. But I love me some Lil Wayne, like some Trippie Redd, some Juice WRLD, like some old school shit, like some Mobb Deep or some ODB. I can get behind. Let me think here. Really all over the place. There isn't much I won't listen to, and unless it's like just trash. Let me look here. Ouija Mac. I love me a little bit of Juggalo shit.
Hell yeah.
West Side Gun. Love West Side Gun. the Gorillas.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at my short list here. I have music very low actually in the background.
Nice. Very cool. I forgot to ask earlier, like when, of course, with you doing music and everything, who were some of your like your influences like when you were like, getting into making music?
Honestly, like, so when I started making music, that was in the height of the SoundCloud rap wave, and just like all these ridiculous people coming out, like more making music for like the meme than like even like just putting out bullshit.
Right.
And my first few songs were definitely just feeding into that. But then over time, especially with like how much people in my hometown and my school rocked with it, I'm like, maybe I should stick with this. And I've been doing it now for 9 years. So
God damn. I mean, you can certainly tell you've been doing it for 9 years. Like you are fucking like you are smooth, dude. Like I love a lot of the shit like you'll be putting like on your like, for Instagram and shit like that. And I'm like, damn, like you definitely have a lot of fucking talent. Like absolutely, hands down. Yeah, absolutely. So with favorites, I want to know, do you have a favorite snack, sweet or savory? And if you're not a snack type of guy, do you have a favorite food?
Skittle, Skittle, Skittle. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
If you're close to me, you definitely know that I am a huge connoisseur of the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Okay.
I can't really live without the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, to be honest. But other than that, I definitely like a good Reese's cup every once in a while, not too often. Let me think. Just this week, I've been on a Nutella pretzel kick, like you getting some pretzels and dipping them in Nutella. It's been my thing this week. But
oh yeah,
I'm much more of a sweet guy than a sour guy. But I like the trolley, the very berry sour worms. Those are good. I like those.
Yes, those are really good. Now you mentioned with you fucks with a PB and J.
Absolutely.
Describe your perfect PB and J, like how you make it and everything.
Word. So I'll be fucking with this bread I got, honey wheat bread. Very good. It's just like classic wheat bread, but it has honey in it. And then some Welch's grape jelly. And then I gotta have the Peter Pan creamy, not crunchy peanut butter. It's like honey peanut butter. Very good.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I'll usually put some potato chips with it, like maybe some kettle cooked original Lay's just on the side. I'll eat with it. It's usually like my go-to. Maybe with very like a raspberry Snapple. That's usually my setup.
Very good setup. Y'all heard it here first. How to do a perfect PB&J. Damn. So obviously with it being Skittle, do you like Skittles?
I used to. I still do to a degree. It's just like they're always around. Hold up. They're always around.
Yes.
I've eaten so many of them in my life where it's
I can only imagine, man.
After a certain point, I'm just like, all right, I don't know, because like I don't know, like a lot of people don't realize they think they're like different flavors. I really don't think they are. They're all just white with like a color code. Like I don't know how many, because like also like there's been a lot of times like I have Skittles sitting around for a long time, and then like I'll just like I've eaten an old Skittle, probably it's like a year or two old before. I'm like, oh my god, this is like no. So yeah, I'm kind of no. I am kind of over the fad, but everybody else still loves Skittles, and that's why I keep them ready to go at the merch table. Movie fucking snack boxes that
God damn. God. Living up to the gimmick, brother. I fucking love it. That's great. Yeah. Oh my god. So obviously besides, like with making music and everything, what's a favorite pastime of yours?
Definitely enjoy playing some games, like some video games. Let's see. Definitely like just intaking so much wrestling stuff, watching so much wrestling stuff. I know you're asking outside of that, but it's really such a big part of my time. But outside of that, gaming, just like I said, watching a bunch of horror movies, shooting the shit with my boys over on the Skittle Squad. I do that most nights. If I got nothing to do, I'll hop in there and talk with whoever's chilling in there. Definitely like to as with wrestling, you know, all these different towns, all this stuff, you get to travel around a lot. I love hitting these different food spots, and you know, maybe hitting like a little nature center or whatever, or sometimes just learning about the local town. Like the last time I was in Chattanooga, I went to a local battlefield down there and saw this painting that was over 100 years old. Just, you never really know where you're gonna catch me, but
that's cool.
You know, just keeping myself busy, you know.
Very cool. Well, man, I want to say thank you so much for coming on here. You were an amazing guest, and it's just such a pleasure having you on here, an honor and a privilege. I want you to tell everyone where they can find you, social media, merch, and what is the things you have coming up next.
Word. First off, thank you for having me. So kind, and so many great questions. It really means a lot. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook. Instagram is Kidskit, KIDDSKIT. Twitter is at It's Lil Skittle. Facebook is my shoot name. If you know it, you know it. Yeah, all sorts of platforms out there where you can get at me if you need whatever. Merch is currently only available in person, but I will have some stuff at GCW Backyard, including those Skittle boxes. And like I said just now, the next thing coming up for me this Sunday, Steel Cage of Rage, Jay Sawyer versus Skittle for the last one.
The last
one.
Oh, wow, man. Again, thank you so much. And, you know, you are so welcome. And as for myself, you can find me on TikTok, Kakeface_Karlee, Instagram, Kakeface_Karlee 2.0, on YouTube under Kakeface Karlee, and of course on the X Brand Wrestling YouTube channel for X Brand Unleashed. Thank you guys so much for watching again. And until next time, okay, thanks. Bye.